Y'all, what's going on with TikTok? I keep telling y'all, ever since that blackout, that thing ain't been the same. Something is going on behind scenes. Like, I know that today they got some rules that changed or whatever. Tomorrow when I get on, I'm going to sit down and go through their new rules or whatever. But I've been listening to different content creators saying some of these things that then change that you no longer can do. Like you can no longer put your they saying you can never no longer put your cash app up, or like you can no longer ask people for money, or you can no longer ask people to send you money to your PayPal, to your Cash App, or your Venmo. If you do that can get your account banned. They was talking about that you can't be on here crying or you get your account banned, and saying that like you can no longer women can no longer twerk. It gets their account banned. They can no longer be halfway naked, which is cool right there, or they get their account banned. Just say they can't do nothing. Just say all they can do is just sit there. They can't do nothing. And all of these things or whatever. And then there's multiple creators I've been watching, right, that's been saying that they been waking up again, getting locked out of their accounts, and they got over like 8,000 followers. Anything that got to do with them getting money, when they waking up and their accounts is blocked, and they were saying that people are trying to get together and take a class action lawsuit out against TikTok, because while they banning them, when they reaching out to support to try to speak to the live people, and they put in a ticket, the people on TikTok, the live agents or whatever, they going in and they basically wiping the tickets out that they put in, and they not responding, really telling them why they banned out of their account or why they didn't got locked out of their accounts or whatever, and saying that they can't even hardly talk to nobody. And a lot of the creators is waking up saying that this is happening to them. So they're considering taking some type of action. Then I've been seeing like a lot of content creators like that's been saying like they've been doing videos that's been getting like 20 million views and all of these something million views, y'all, saying that they only got paid $1.12. I think the highest person said like they had so many views or something. I don't know how many views it was, but it was a lot in the millions. Said they only got $5 and all of this stuff. So I don't know what's going on over there, but a lot of people that's saying like that they got these TikTok shops and stuff. They waking up, they can't get back into their shops and stuff again. The same thing is slowly starting to repeat itself. But see, now I kind of understand why US was wanting to ban in the first place. Now, I don't or didn't want the ban because I would be bored and I really use this for entertainment or to vent and just, relax or whatever. But now I'm kind of starting to understand why US was talking about the ban as far as the data goes, as far as the information goes, because a lot of these people on this TikTok shop that own these accounts and was getting money through TikTok shop or getting money through the creators fund, that's waking up getting locked and blocked out of their accounts. They like, not only is they not getting a paycheck, but y'all got my information. Y'all got my information, my driver's license number, my address, my photos, pictures of my IDs and stuff like that, and I'm locked out of my account. So now I'm slowly starting to see what they was talking about as far as the information. Like, how can you lock people out of their accounts and stuff like that, and you got their information? And people say, when it's time to get paid, they can't get into their accounts. Like, it's slowly starting all over again. So I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these people that I've been seeing so far that's been saying all of this stuff that's going on to them is black. But I have seen, not lately, but I have seen a lot of white people too that's been getting locked out of their accounts and banned. But these are people that's really, really making a lot of money, making decent paychecks off of TikTok, and is using TikTok is their full income. It just looked like to me the people they have to pay the highest money, they going through there cutting their heads off. Just waking up, ain't having no warning, ain't having no nothing. And like I said, with this new set of rules that they got, which I'm gonna have to find, that started today, you can do pretty much a little bit of nothing and get your whole account banned for no reason. So y'all be careful with TikTok, because like I said, it's starting to creep up again, that the same thing is starting to happen that happened before, that everybody was complaining about when they was getting locked out of their shops and they couldn't access nothing and they couldn't access their accounts. TikTok got some shiesty stuff going on that they doing. And the way they starting to run it now, where you can't do this and you can't do that, it kind of looked like to me that they running it like Red Note, the other app that they got that's over there, the original app, that's all in Chinese language or whatever. Like, they very strict, you can't do all of that stuff on there. But I have, with some of them accounts, and saw black people twerking and doing stuff like that. But that's their whole thing. Like, they pretty much strict too, and you can't do this or you can't do that, or if you wear anything revealing, or anything of anything, can get your account locked, blocked, and banned. So I don't know what happened, I don't know what's going on, but I've been telling y'all, like, ever since that blackout went on, something went on, and people trying to figure out what it was. Like, they trying to say, well, not trying to say, but they just kind of think, some people think that Mark Zuckerberg bought TikTok. Some people saying that they don't think anybody bought TikTok, and all of these different assumptions that everybody trying to come up with. But the thing is, for sure, is that when that blackout hit, when that thing came up, that thing ain't never been the same. And then they slowly start getting people straightened out, and slowly start getting people back into their accounts again, and slowly started letting people go back to selling merchandise slowly. But now they slowly going back again to locking people and blocking people out of their accounts. But it was happening, on a spare thing to people, to where now it's starting to happen more often, that people waking up and they can't get in their accounts, and they saying like that they going on there posting, what's starting to happen to them, thinking it's just only them or only a few of them, but come to find out that they DMs are starting to get flooded, that they shop owners, they content creators that make a lot of money, that base they living off of TikTok, and TikTok is supposed to pay them so much. Well, they all getting their accounts locked and blocked and banned too. And it seems like it's only the people that TikTok is supposed to be paying big money to, or the people that they really supposed to be paying big money to, that's in the reward program, that they supposed to get a whole bunch of money for the content they put out, they only paying them $1.12 or $5. And I've seen people that's been on here throughout the week that's been showing that they had all of these views, and they showing the little paychecks that they got, and some of them ain't even over $2. I don't know, like, if maybe what they trying to do is cut the big people heads off so they can turn around and start giving the money to the new people, the new content creators, or the new shop owners that's coming, and then put the rest back in the budget. I don't know what they doing, because the question is, do they have all this money to pay all of these people? But it's money that's owed. It's their money, and off top they already get a nice amount of money to the people that they're going to pay, because they allowing the people to use their platforms. So it ain't like they not getting or not making nothing. They making something off of it. They going to get theirs off top. But it's just strange how the people that's making a big lump sum of money is the people that's getting their accounts locked and blocked and banned. No warning, no nothing. And every time they try to call, or not call because you can't call them, but you know, they got that live thing where you can talk to somebody, where you can create a ticket. Most of these people saying that they creating tickets, and when the people get, the live agents get back to them, they not even addressing the issue at hand, and then they going in and they wiping the tickets out, and they have to create another ticket. And some people saying that it's going on, you know, weeks or going on months before they didn't even heard anything, and they still getting locked and blocked out of their account. So basically they just basically upside down right now with their hands behind their back. I don't know what's going on, but like I said, I've been said, when that blackout happened and that thing came back up, that thing ain't never been the same. You can't do this, you can't do that. At first, people was able to help people all over the place, from being homeless, getting them a piece of apartment, getting them into a hotel for a couple of nights, helping with cars. They was able to do everything. Now they got all these rules on here saying that you can't give nobody nothing. But I wonder if they saying you can't do that because they ain't getting a piece of that, because it's going straight to people's cash apps. It's going to people's PayPals instead of coming through they system where they can get a piece of money off of it. I'm thinking that's more of some of this problem here with why you can't directly give money, or why they don't want you to directly give money to people now, because the money that you directly giving to people, it ain't got nothing to do with them. It's cutting them out. It's cutting the middleman out, even though they still making a good profit off of you for allowing you to use their platform. They just being greedy. They want it all. But the money and the way that you could get direct help has now been cut off. It's now been affected. You no longer can do that anymore. But this guy was saying that if you already had your Cash App in your Cash App address or whatever, Cash App name in your bio, that's probably cool. But like for now, for you to go on here and try to post the Cash App or ask somebody for money or ask somebody to send money to your accounts or something, you permanently can get banned, and you can get this and you get that. It's like I said, when that blackout hit, something major went on. They was behind the scenes doing something, and it's a lot of this stuff that's coming out now where they rolling all of these rules out on the carpet. And even though they rolling all these rules out on the carpet, right, for people, right, all these things that they saying you can't do, I believe these things is going to be for a target audience. I believe these things is going to be for the people that they want to make an excuse for to go in and take their money. I think these new rules going to affect who is going to affect when it's time to affect. It's just an excuse to put out there to close somebody's accounts out and take things away from them if they catch them doing something because they making the highest money. Other people gonna be doing the same thing that ain't content creators, that's not in the TikTok shop owner business. I guarantee you, if they ain't paying them no money out or they making a little bit of nothing, I guarantee you won't nothing, no rules be affected, and ain't no accounts gonna be banned or gonna be taken away when they get up the next morning. They making these rules to cover up so when they go to snatch $8,000 that they wake up one morning and say, we don't want to pay them $8,000. We finna enforce this rule so we can take this money and don't have to pay. That's really the way I think this working, because if they basing these new rules off of you can't do this, you can't do that, hell, ain't none of us gonna be on TikTok. Ain't none of us gonna have no accounts. Ain't no American people gonna be on TikTok because we all doing it. Whatever it is, they got so many things on here saying that you can't do. You can't stop people from doing stuff. So I just think that these rules here, these new rules that they have enforced right here, is going to apply to the ones that's making big money, to the ones that they don't want to pay out, to the ones that they want to have an excuse to take their money. I'm telling y'all, ever since that blackout came, this dadgum app has not been the same. It don't look the same. It don't feel the same. It don't move the same. It don't flow the same. It don't do nothing the same. It's just like it's still entertaining and it give you something to do. But as far as getting on here, having that adrenaline rush, having so much fun and feeling like you was connecting to another planet, and you don't even get that feeling anymore. At least I know I don't. When I used to get on here, it just took me to a whole different galaxy. It took me to a whole different world. And the freedom was so off limits. It was so off the chain that you just get lost out into the galaxy. But now it's like you restricted. This thing getting more stricter than Facebook. People saying that they've been posting information on here that they got exactly from the news, that they got straight out of an article. And these people, these TikTok people coming back doing this fact check and all of this stuff now out of nowhere. There's been a couple of things, me myself, that I have posted they really wasn't talking about nothing. I was talking about what was said to me or what was done to me. They took the video down. I wasn't saying that I was harming nobody. Somebody was telling me to harm myself or something. I was just talking about it. They took the video down. It's people on here just asking about, it was something I saw that was so stupid. This woman was just asking a question. I don't know what it was about, but it was similar equated to like something like this, pickled eggs or something. They sent her something, told her that she was violating. It was this woman that I watched. Somebody came on her comment thing and attacked her and was talking bad about her, and she posted the comment. Now they slandering her all in the comments, right? So I made a comment on the woman's page that I followed. I said, these people know they crazy. When I woke up the next morning, they didn't send me a violation thing talking about something that I didn't violated something because I was in agreement with the woman whose page it was, saying that these people is crazy, that they just come on your page and say anything. But the person that left the long paragraph on there that was attacking her, nothing happened to that person. And she was even able to share it. But her defending herself and me coming in and making a comment saying these people crazy, because these people really is crazy, they tell me that I'm violating the community guidelines and not the person that's on here talking all this crazy mess to somebody. So when y'all look up little things that y'all post, little things that really ain't even saying nothing, little things that really ain't talking about nothing, don't be shocked if y'all look up and see y'all got violation community guideline strikes or whatever. And it's literally about nothing. These people just, they crazy. I don't know. But like I said, ever since that black cat hopping, this thing ain't been the same. And it's starting to slowly rise again.